Well, the goalkeeping position could be significant, and unlike Manchester City, Liverpool have thrown their weight behind their first-choice goalkeeper in the competition. From the semi-final onwards, Simon Mignolet has been their choice. It's the same team that, albeit nervously, secured their place in the last 16 of the Europa League, so having missed out on this final through injury 4 years ago, Lucas gets to make his Wembley bow. Jordan Henderson is the only member of the matchday squad who played when Liverpool last won this trophy. Ahead of him, the Brazilian duo who formed such a good understanding on and off the pitch, line up with James Milner, one of two former Manchester City players. The other is Daniel Sturridge, who after all his injury woes could have a significant say. Even Willy Caballero's shaky display in the FA Cup against Chelsea hasn't deflected Manuel Pellegrini from his chosen course of sticking with him for the entire cup run. The outfield 10 are the same on duty for the midweek trip to Kiev, with Vincent Kompany, one of 5 present who won this trophy 2 years ago. But Fernando has joined since that victory over Sunderland, as has Raheem Sterling, who left Liverpool with the aim of winning major trophies and now faces them in his first final. For all his achievements in the game, Sergio Aguero has still to score his first goal in a major cup final. Adam Bogdan, whose penalty save got Liverpool through the third round, returns as backup goalkeeper on a Liverpool bench that also includes Flanagan and Allen underneath the arch at Wembley. Jesus Navas came on and scored in City's final. He's part of a City backup mainly reliant on experience, though 19-year-old Kelechi Iheanacho is available.
Well, no matter what you've done before in your career, you look at this Wembley Stadium, 90,000 packed arena, decked out in noise and colour. It's a huge occasion for any one of these players out here. They'll be desperate to do well and win the match.
Of all clubs, Liverpool have the richest history in this competition. It's their 12th final as they get the 2016 League Cup final underway, and they're looking for their 9th win in it. Manchester City 3 times winners. Fernando has joined since their last one 2 years ago against Sunderland. There's Roberto Firmino, and now Nathaniel Klein looking for Daniel Sturridge. Liverpool starting with 8 of the men who played in their 4-1 league success against City earlier in the season. Daniel Sturridge wasn't one of those, but has delivered the ball out to Moreno, and already the handling of Willy Caballero tested in the opening minute.
Well, he'll be pleased with that start. Safe hands from him, but already Firmino, Sturridge involved for Liverpool. And Moreno, no shot that he's on the overlap. One of the most adventurous full-backs around.
Is that a sign of things to come for Willy Caballero? It is an area that Liverpool perhaps will look to exploit. It did work for Manuel Pellegrini 2 years ago when he stuck with Costel Pantilimon throughout the run. The doubts raised, though, by that 5-1 hammering in the FA Cup at Chelsea, for which Caballero in part was culpable. Moreno with the throw-in, and Emre Can looking to return it to him. Followed by Fernandinho, who's again started in a wide right position as he did in Europe in the week.
Yeah, it worked pretty well against Dynamo Kiev, and he had licence to get up and down. He'll also want to just tuck in sometimes when Yaya Toure goes forward. But he did play really well. I don't think it was a difficult decision for Pellegrini to put him there again.
Ball aimed towards Sturridge, but Otamendi, who looks a lot more secure alongside Vincent Kompany, was up there for the header. Struggled to read the effects of what happened in the week. Liverpool had the later game, but would probably have preferred to play their Europa League tie at home on a Thursday, as opposed to the almost 3,000-mile trip that Manchester City had to endure to play their Champions League tie in Kiev on Wednesday. Cheers all around for Raheem Sterling, well, certainly from the west end of this stadium. Here's Yaya Toure, and Nathaniel Klein steps in to pick out Jordan Henderson. Touch back from Firmino. Liverpool calmly getting into their stride. Here's Coutinho. Now Alberto Moreno to Roberto Firmino. Kompany going out there to engage with the Brazilian. Coutinho. Moreno came back to rescue it and picks out Mamadou Sakho. Here's Chan. Steps away from David Silva, finds Moreno, and Chan claiming that he was taken out off the ball, but if he was, the referee didn't see it.
Well, I've seen plenty of the ball early on here, Liverpool. Just ran into Fernandinho, but it's always a good indicator with Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp if they're pressing high up the pitch, if it's a high-energy performance in the first 5-10 minutes. Normally, it points to a good performance for the match. We saw them outrun City. The Etihad. Spurs did the same to City a couple of weeks back.
Controlled by Sturridge and cleared by Company.
I think that's what you're going to do with this City side. Try and be fitter, be faster to outrun them. Because you line up the two sides and probably conclude that if both teams play well, the chances are City are going to win.
Route to their last success in this competition, Liverpool did beat Manchester City in the semi-final. Steven Gerrard scoring penalties in each leg as they secured a 3-2 win on aggregate. And in fact, on the last 6 occasions they've been paired in either domestic cup competition, Liverpool have prevailed. A record that he's hoping will continue. Toure with a header on. Touch from Lucas. Back from Milner. Moreno does manage to get it forward though. Company in charge. Made such a difference since he's come back. There's Firmino. It's gone all the way through to James Milner. Henderson. Klein. Firmino. And Klein again. Coutinho looked the other way before delivering the ball through to Klein, which just had too much on it.
Well, they'll be encouraged by this start. Liverpool, Firmino popping up in all sorts of areas. And Coutinho as well. Trying the cheeky one. Very nearly paid off this.
Seems to relish this fixture. Philippe Coutinho, he's scored in Liverpool's last 3 wins against Manchester City, and in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Got the winner when these two were battling for the league title just a couple of seasons ago, and Liverpool won the battle but didn't win the war as City used their games in hand to clinch the title. Here's Clichy. Steps away from Henderson and from Milner before allowing David Silva to take over. Here's Raheem Sterling, not exactly amongst friends at that end. Toure. Sterling again. Silva, Sterling comes in to take over, got caught by Klein. So the worry for Liverpool fans who've jeered him is the concession of this free kick.
Yeah, well, he played really well in the week in Kiev. Sterling, one of his best games in a City shirt. And they will be wanting to get the ball to him. Just run straight into Lucas, who couldn't get out of the way. First chance City have had to play some football in Liverpool's half. Height and power in there for City. Toure just hanging off at the back post.
David Silva who delivers. Sacco who got it away and put over by Fernandinho.
This would have been a worldie.
He's the man who started the semi-final comeback with a goal against Everton. An easy passage through for either of these teams. Manchester City have conceded in every single game they've played in the competition, but they've been quite prolific as well themselves. Kevin De Bruyne, of course, who scored in every round, denied a place in this final with the injury he picked up in the semi. Clichy. And Sterling. From Aguero. Milner tries to sweep it through to Sturridge. It's away there by Otamendi. Here's Yaya Toure. Through towards Villa. Well cut out by Emre Can. Here's Coutinho. Sturridge out to his left. Company there to guard that territory.
Yeah, needed to be into Sturridge's feet, really, rather than into the path of the striker. Company read it superbly.
Milner. Now Sacco. Cleared by Otamendi. Lucas with a header. That's Henderson. Sturridge would have been offside anyway. He's had his frustrations, Daniel Sturridge, but his return to first-team duty well-timed for the big occasion. Former City man. Another former City man, James Milner. There's Silva.
Loses ball there for David Silva to deal with, but he does want to get a throw-in out of it.
Sterling was certainly helped down by Nathaniel Klein.
I think that'll be a good tussle, actually, down on this near side.
Here's Toure. And he's got the strength and the force to go on, and he looks to Bakary Sagna, whom he forces out wide. It's a decent ball in there. It's met well, though, by Lucas.
There's a nice bit of football to find the spare man, and he was in a lot of space here, Sagna. Lucas, positionally sound, and it's a good, solid header.
Look, the biggest for a centre-half, Lucas, but he's not bad in the air. He did get away with one risky back pass against Augsburg in the week. And after the frustration of missing the last final, after a cruciate injury he picked up in the quarter-final, Lucas has his big day today. Milner.
That's what he gives you, Lucas, that ability to play the ball into the midfield or attack. Nice pass on that occasion.
Here's Emre Can. Sanders' header. Moreno in tight, but Fernandinho manages to escape him. Toure. Fernandinho again. Aguero now angles his run to get more towards the centre where he can do damage. Deflected the cross, and Mignolet prevents the corner. Here's Lucas. Now Klein. Milner. Lucas to Sacco. This is Can. Sturridge. Milner on the stretch and did just enough to find Coutinho, but Otamendi blocked his path. Lucas. Can, who seems to have a more settled midfield role since Jurgen Klopp took over.
He's got a good range of passes. Can, given the opportunity.
Firmino. Here's Moreno. Fernandinho. Players who commands respect at all of the clubs that he's played at. He was an unused substitute for Manchester City in their final of 2014, but he did win 2 league titles in his time there. His first goal for them actually was a penalty in a match against Liverpool. Sacco dealing with that, headed back from Firmino to Milner, and that's Sturridge, cleared by Otamendi. This is Clichy. Aguero to try and hold it up, and did really well to do that. Lucas in the end does get it back.
First time really they've been able to get him, put the ball into Aguero.
A rich scoring streak at the moment with 10 goals in his last 11 games. Sergio Aguero. This week that for all his experience, he does still get nervous before finals, which I suppose is the right thing. From Lucas. Toure with the header back. And here's Vincent Kompany. Cleared by Moreno.
Well, nothing to choose at the moment between the two sides.
As it's evened out, his team made a really bright start, but City have already come back into it and managed to soak that up. Manuel Pellegrini would be the first City boss to oversee 2 successes in this competition. The captain of their first win, Tony Bucky, 1970, was manager by the time they won it again 6 years later. And a clash of heads here of 2 Liverpool players, Sacco and Chan.
It's a nasty one now. Sacco can see Emre Can in front of him, of course he can, but whether he thinks Chan's not going to get a good header on it or not, and he wants to take over. Can was always struggling, always stretching.
And he never want to take any kind of chances with concussion. For Jurgen Klopp, that it's 2 of his own players involved in the incident, and added worry.
It's always worse when you don't know the contact's coming, which was the case with Emre Can. You can't brace yourself for it. Oh, Can won't be thanking his teammate for that.
They are both back on their feet. But Sacco does still look a little bit shaky. Central defence was already an area of concern for Jurgen Klopp, minus the 2 men who patrolled it when they beat Manchester City in November. Lovren and Skirtloud injured, but they do have Kolo Toure in reserve. Sacco is back on as they look to see how he settles down. Otamendi with a header. Sterling. Here's Sturridge. Lucas. It's a poor touch from Chan. He's still feeling the effects maybe of that collision. Sacco. Moreno giving it back to him. Back from Clichy. Torres warm-up continues, just in case Sacco experiences another problem. Torres, who may yet get the opportunity to face his younger brother.
Yeah, he would have been disappointed not to make this starting 11. Especially when you're losing out to what is essentially a midfielder.
Good work here from Sturridge, and starting from deep for Liverpool. Here's Company. Forward again from Klein. And Caballero taking charge. Sellout crowd here at Wembley today. Sacco misses his kick, but Moreno there to ensure no immediate damage done. It's Fernando on towards David Silva. Covered well by Lucas.
He's had a solid start, hasn't he, Lucas?
He's always been Mr. Popular at Liverpool, Lucas. He's taken a long time to earn his spurs at the club. Sterling, who burned his bridges when he left Anfield. Second time he's won a free kick in this kind of area.
Well, he's so strong and he's got such good balance. He's quick over 5 yards. He's a difficult man to pin down. Difficult man to stop. What they don't want him to do is get into the box. If they have to concede a foul out here, they will do.
Well, Liverpool dealt with the previous danger from this same side from a free kick, and David Silva to try his luck again here. And Lucas there again to clear. This is Yaya Toure, back to Fernandinho, now Clichy. Silva. Otamendi to Fernando. Aguero looking to get the better of Sacco. Torres made the run into the middle. Lucas comes back to hold him up. Liverpool with enough of a presence there. Here's Emre Can. Does well to get that through to Firmino, who's got runners either side. Uses Milner. Clichy did enough to use the support from Otamendi behind. Here's Klein. Company. Milner. Firmino. Moreno. Shouting challenge from Fernandinho, a fraction out.
Oh, it's one of those that looked just a fraction of a second late. Catches the left boot of Moreno, I think.
Still seem a little bit of concern about Mamadou Sakho. They've been looking for guidance from the player himself as to whether he feels able to continue. Good work here from Coutinho trying to find a way through. Sturridge, now Can. Klein slips it through, Milner's offside.
Well, they do as a rule, hold their line well, Manchester City, and it seemed that they did it there on the edge of the box. That's where they take the mark. He's just leaning into an offside position, James Milner.
Here's Sergio Aguero, and Mamadou Sakho slipped, and you don't want to be giving Aguero chances like that. Liverpool get away with it.
Well, Sakho's got to come off, because I think that blow to the head did play a part there. What a chance, though, for Sergio Aguero. Having fashioned the space, it was all about tucking one in. Gets the benefit. Level with Lucas, the linesman says. We might get a little touch on that, Mignolet. Yeah, it's a good save. Doesn't get it in the corner as he would have wanted, Aguero.
A really good moment for Simon Mignolet, who's had his critics this season. Well, no player is willingly going to come off in a cup final, and Mamadou Sakho is not happy. But there are occasions when, in a player's best interest, the decision has to be taken out of his hands, and that's what the Liverpool backroom staff have decided, and Kolo Touré's coming on.
Yeah, I think it's the sensible decision. Cannot afford to take chances with head injuries, with concussion. He's not having it, though.
Well, the manager has to show him who's the boss here, in his own interests as well as the team's. And as unhappy as Sakho may be, this is the reason why this is happening.
Well, it's a heck of a blow for both players.
So Kolo Touré, who would have been disappointed to lose out to Lucas in the first place, now comes on to accompany the Brazilian on the back. A graphic reaction of the anger felt by Mamadou Sakho, who hides himself away. But it's a decision that's been taken by the medics with his own best interests at heart.
Well, maybe the instance where Aguero's cut inside in that played a big part in Jurgen Klopp's decision when he lost his balance, but it seemed that it wasn't really all there, as it were. A little change at the back now with Lucas moving to the left.
Sterling has slipped through David Silva. Clichy. Aguero. Touré gets it through first time, but Klein was blocking off Sergio Aguero. Mamadou Sakho has now left the bench and headed down the tunnel. Here's Philippe Coutinho. Emre Can. Firmino with a touch and gets another bite.
Oh, when he's got on the ball in this first half, Liverpool have looked dangerous. It's a nice effort of playing one round the corner to Coutinho. The ball pops back to him, and why not have a swing at it?
Here's Otamendi. The tipping point for Jurgen Klopp may have come with that instance when Aguero got away from Mamadou Sakho, forcing that fine save from Simon Mignolet. Kolo Touré now comes on to face his brother Yaya, the first time that's ever happened in the League Cup final. Until two brothers have been on opposite sides. Once in an FA Cup final, but I think that was even before our time, back in the 19th century.
Kolo Touré coming on the right side of defence. As I said earlier, Lucas just shifting across to the left here.
Here's Moreno. Firmino. Historians among you, the 1874 FA Cup final when the Rawson brothers faced each other for Royal Engineers and Oxford University.
That was it.
Kolo Touré. Chan. Sturridge had Hunters run to start, try and stay onside, but then couldn't get the ball.
That's a good idea.
Chan. There's Lucas. Moreno. Coutinho winning the throw. Generally a calming presence.
It's a team really to look at for Pellegrini now, with company back, with that back four working much better as a unit. Nowhere near as flaky as it has been this season, courtesy of him in the main.
Needed the win in Kiev. They've just lost their previous 3 matches. Chan still going up for the headers, despite being the other party who was involved in that unfortunate clash that eventually saw Sacco exit. From Firmino, there's Henderson, won though by Silva, and here's Raheem Sterling. Touré. But David Silva was never about to give up on it. And just stepping across the front of Raheem Sterling, who actually grew up around this area. Spent his boyhood in Wembley territory.
And it looks lively up there today.
Chan, there's Otamendi. In comes Emre Can with a tackle. Now Jordan Henderson to Milner. In towards Sturridge, put out there by Clichy. Henderson. Liverpool just trying to rediscover their rhythm, knocked out of their stride by the Aguero effort that was pushed onto the post and the loss of Mamadou Sakho, the consequent reorganisation. Here's Klein. Shows too much of that to Sterling, but gets away with it. Now Milner. Wide from Moreno. Daniel Sturridge. It's a crowded area from which Fernandinho forces him away. But still he goes on. Takes a tumble just outside the area. Fell inside the box, but defence outside.
Well, Fernandinho having a go at Sturridge, but there did appear to be a little shove in the back here. Oliver having a good look at it. It's not a great deal going on, certainly from that angle. See why Fernandinho is a little annoyed there.
Milner over the free kick.
It's a nightmare for keepers if it's drilled in, curled in towards Caballero.
Back to Coutinho, drives it across, and Touré must have been really close to getting ahead on that.
You're assuming here that he's just trying to shoot, but he cuts across it, Coutinho.
Sturridge. Here's Klein. Now Silva. Chan has certainly shown no ill effects from the early clash of heads. He's found Alberto Moreno. Four in the box was a challenge there that the referee overlooks. It was that man Fernandinho again, and Manchester City tend to be good on the break. Here's Aguero. Now Toure, Silva. It's Sterling, and David Silva got in the way.
Well, you wonder where that shot might have ended up. I think Sterling feels that was goal-bound. It's a good counter-attack from Manchester City. He had an option to his left, did Sterling, but this is the penalty appeal. No, he's just taken a dive really right now. Michael Oliver right on top of it.
Clearing the decks. Toure, who is now facing with his first partner in central defence when he moved to Manchester City, Company. And here they are now on opposite sides, vying for the prize on offer. Lucas with the difficult task of keeping Aguero under control, and in trying to do that he concedes the free kick.
Be happy to push him out into this wide area. Lucas, the last thing he wants to do is allow the striker to turn.
Here's Fernandinho. Fernando, Silva. Clichy, Sterling. The ball Sterling tussling with Klein, trying to get away.
Nelson on going back on that one. Not going anywhere, says Klein. Certainly blocked his path.
Henderson. Now Firmino. Coutinho's got Moreno making a great run to his left. It's just forced him to check back on himself a little. It's Henderson's ball across, Sturridge tries to help it out to Milner, who was offside.
Drill ball in. Sturridge brings it down. You think there's danger on here, but can't quite drag it into his body.
Klopp has not been on the losing side against Manchester City, not only won against them with Liverpool, but also with Dortmund in the Champions League. Easing Coutinho out of the way. And now Raheem Sterling looking to get away. Silva returns it to Sterling. Cut out by Milner, and it's a corner.
Well, that's when City have enjoyed their best moments, when they have got the ball down the left to Sterling. He's been combining really well.
38th minute, and the first corner of the game. Silva who takes. And they tried to make something of it for Company. Milner's stumble means that Kolo Toure has to concede another.
He tried a low one into Sanya.
Silva just beyond Yaya Toure, all the way out to Sergio Aguero. Silva. Sturridge trying to hold off Company. There's Clichy. In by Fernandinho. Aguero attempting to make something of it. Despite being in a tight spot, he very nearly did.
It's a tight old contest, isn't it? Not too much to split the two teams. Aguero had the best chance of the match by far.
Liverpool have won 3 of their last 4 meetings with City overall, including the last 2 in a row. Milner. Chan. Moreno. Coutinho turned on it and he went straight into the barrier of Fernando.
Oh, that's a lovely play from Coutinho, really was. Fernando just got sucked in. He knew exactly where Fernando was.
There's Coutinho again. Firmino couldn't quite work it through. Henderson neatly away from Fernandinho. Company, though, steps in. His reading of it has been excellent so far. Little to choose between these two so far in the final, although Liverpool did rely on the fingertips of Mignolet at the post to keep out that man Aguero. Here's Silva, Aguero again. And it's a challenge that certainly brings a free kick and won't bring any more from Michael Oliver.
Well, it doesn't look like it. But time and again, Lucas has got tight on Aguero, he's pushed in on him. Looks like just a word. He'll be happy about that, Lucas. He doesn't want to be sitting on the yellow card.
Well, looks like nothing more than an explanation and a lecture from the referee.
I don't think he could complain if the yellow did come out for that. In all fairness, he's dived in.
There's a risk when your feet leave the ground like that, but maybe Michael Oliver making some allowance for the occasion. It's a bit of a distance from goal, but Yaya Toure might believe that anything is possible. Toure does flip it up towards Otamendi. He's gone down from James Milner's challenge, but a corner is all that City get out of it.
I think he's kicked James Milner as much as anything. Milner tries to get the block in. He does ever so well, James Milner, because Otamendi's got a free shot there.
Otamendi back on his feet. From Sterling, long and disappointing, and cleared by Nathaniel Klein. Here's Silva. Now Henderson. Toure. Lucas. Milner turns away from Fernandinho. Flick back from Chan. Sturridge aiming to get there. Coutinho hitting it across, and it's cleared by Bakary Sagna. Silva has Aguero up ahead, tries to release him. There's Klein. Now Henderson. 2 added minutes in the first half, mainly as a result of that clash of heads between Chan and Sakho earlier. There's Jordan Henderson, now Kolo Toure. Coutinho, Sturridge, Coutinho. Vincent Kompany, the man to stop the danger. Henderson. Here's Lucas. Moreno. Good teasing ball in. All the way as far as Milner, who's just lining up the strike. Gets it away, Henderson taking charge, but the earlier foul on Fernando is punished.
Well, you'd say that both defences have played well in this first half. Liverpool's maybe had marginally more to do. They've done most of it well. And had to suffer the withdrawal of Sakho, of course.
There's Henderson. Milner. Here's Daniel Sturridge. Firmino. Now Coutinho with Moreno up to his left, but he looks the other way to Firmino. Klein. Milner. Otamendi. And there's the half-time whistle, so no breakthrough in the first 45 minutes at Wembley. Sergio Aguero coming the closest to providing one with an effort tipped onto the post by Simon Mignolet just before Liverpool were forced into the change of taking Mamadou Sakho off after an earlier clash of heads with Emre Can, which did disrupt their rhythm to a degree at that point. But at half-time at Wembley, Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0. Already been 282 goals scored in the 92 matches in this season's competition, but the final of the Capital One Cup is still seeking its first, as Manchester City get us underway in front of a worldwide audience. This match being shown in 192 territories. City have come closest to open the scoring. Liverpool forced into that first half change when Kolo Toure was sent on for Mamadou Sakho because of his head injury. And by Emre Can. And then by Milner. Liverpool have won their last 3 major trophies on penalty shootouts and have twice needed penalties to get to this stage of this season's competition. So we may be in for a long afternoon evening. There's Raheem Sterling. Clichy disappoints with the cross. Even though Liverpool started with an unchanged team from the Europa League match, they were forced into that Early alteration with Kolo Touré coming on about halfway through the first half. Manchester City have also kept things relatively simple after their midweek match in Kiev. Willy Caballero, the only change of the team that started that success. There's Moreno.
Both sets of players work really hard in the first half. You would expect it to open out a touch as this second half wears on.
Firmino. Back by Chan to Alberto Moreno. And this is Henderson to Touré. Klein. Pushing down to the back of Sturridge, who made the most of it. There's Kolo Touré. Now Chan. Sturridge. Emre Can. Moreno. Can with the ball across, looking for Roberto Firmino, but it was cleared by Clichy, only as far as Klein. Henderson. It was aimed at Chan, but Fernando had read it and stepped in. Silva now looking to unleash Sergio Aguero. He's got the run of Fernandinho to look to, didn't look to it.
I think he thought that he'd got no other options. There was a chance to slip it to his left. I mean, even somebody as talented and as deadly as Sergio Aguero is not going to score from there with the ball caught under his body.
His 4 goals against Liverpool have all come at the Etihad, including in the 4-1 defeat back in November, which was the high spot, certainly in the Premier League, of Jurgen Klopp's reign. Sometimes in front of goal under Klopp, they have been very, very good. Scored 6 against Villa in their last league game, 6 against Southampton in this competition. Here's Sergio Aguero. And now Fernandinho delivers and gets it under the goalkeeper. And Manchester City strike first in the final. Mignolet will be disappointed that that one got under his body, and Liverpool facing an uphill battle now.
Well, it is a mistake, there's no doubt about that. Where Aguero tried his luck from an angle, this time Fernandinho thinks, well, I'm just going to put my foot through it. Why not try my luck? Just hit this as hard as I can. Aguero does well, I'm sure he gets a shout from his teammate here. Wait. Plays it at just the right time, but that is a bit of a howler, isn't it, from Simon Mignolet? He won't need telling that. It's a gift for City, but one they'll accept early on in this second half with both hands.
Well, how ironic is that? All the talk was about his choice of goalkeeper, looking to his backup, whereas Liverpool stuck with their first choice. After his decent stop from Aguero in the first half, Mignolet's gaff there, bringing no satisfaction for Jurgen Klopp. And Liverpool knew it would be difficult if they were to concede first. But to take the shackles off now.
Yeah, should certainly open up the game, and it's the worst thing in the world for any player to make a gaff like that on the big stage. As you say, Rob, in front of millions of people worldwide.
Just a week short of his 28th birthday. There was a lot of surprise anyway when he was rewarded with a new 5-year contract by the club recently. But he's got to put that out of his head now. Easier said than done. Here's Chan. Kolo Touré. Klein. Henderson. Chan. This is Coutinho. Number 18 is Alberto Moreno. Firmino looking to slip one through, but Manchester City with enough players in the way. And Yaya Touré looks to bring City clear. Fernandinho, the Manchester City goal scorer. Back from Sanya, here's Company. Fernandinho's 5th of the season, including in the second leg of the semi-final, and he's brought the final to life.
Yeah, you've got to give him credit for adjusting his mindset almost in a fairly unusual position for him on the right flank. He'll tuck in quite often, but on that occasion he did what any wide player would have to do. Got himself on the overlap, made it pay.
6 of the last 10 finals, the team to score first hasn't won. Silva. Sterling is the player who's down and not very happy about the challenge that led to it, nor indeed is Michael Oliver. It's been a running battle that with Nathaniel Klein, and Klein now on a yellow card.
Yeah, that might have been in Michael Oliver's mind. It's a nasty one on the instep.
Puts him under pressure for the remainder of the game. And City, having earned themselves the edge, now look to increase that advantage. It's Silva who drifts it in. Company and Fernando are either side of the goalkeeper, who, to be fair to him, did take that one well under pressure. Silva got across the front of Clichy then. And here's James Milner. Coutinho had held his run to stay onside. But Fernando is just standing his ground.
We've had a couple of those from Liverpool in the first half. Trying the look with the ref. He's never going to get that. Again, it's Fernandinho. He's the innocent party.
Klein. Now Milner. Kolo Touré. Chan. This is Firmino. Sturridge. Away by Fernando, and here's David Silva. It's a foul by Emre Can. And a quick free kick has been taken towards Sergio Aguero that didn't come off as Yaya Touré had intended. Here's Coutinho. Klein. Sacco, who disappeared after his anger at being taken off in the first half, has reappeared on the bench for the second half.
It's not particularly pleasant viewing for him or anybody on that Liverpool bench at the moment. They need a response.
Further substitutes up there, Sleeper might be able to help bring about that kind of response with the likes of Origi and Benteke. But for now, it's Milner! It was decent defending from Otamendi to get across.
I don't know if Otamendi got anything on this. It didn't appear that he had, and he's missed it by some distance, James Milner. He really has. Whether he's lost his bearings a little bit. He's got to be doing better. He's sliced it horribly. He knows that was an excellent chance. Winning on that one, but still to get an effort on target, Liverpool. And that was maybe their best chance.
Touré. Here's Moreno. Leaves it behind for Philippe Coutinho. 3 in the box for him. Great header clear from Company. Klein onto it first. Sturridge trying to turn it through. And it wouldn't fall for him. Here's Sterling. Yaya Toure. It's given away clumsily. It's Jordan Henderson. Milner steers it round, but Firmino was offside.
Yeah, Clichy was a relief man there, having given the ball away. It's a careless one, trying to pick out Toure. Just off.
See Willy Caballero tested with a very early cross by Liverpool, Moreno. And he handled that one, but the effort from the angle from Fernandinho that slipped beneath Simon Mignolet's body, the difference between these two as the hour mark looms. Milner. Caballero hasn't really been tested enough for Liverpool's liking. Here's Emre Can. Lucas. Coutinho. Klein. Sterling had to try and shrug off, and he has won a corner for Liverpool.
Yeah, Sterling did his defensive work there. Did it well.
Kolo Toure forward for the kick. Henderson available for the short option for James Milner. But Sterling still on defensive duty. Back off the head of Emre Can. Coutinho to try and keep it alive for Liverpool. Now Moreno. Coutinho through the legs of Company finds Emre Can. Away by Otamendi, and Sterling diverts it from Lucas's path. Moreno.
It's been a decent response from Liverpool. City, you feel, are just trying to hold what they have at the moment.
Here's Coutinho. Away by Company. Sterling, now Can. Clichy. Toure. And Silva in space. Rolls it across. Oh, what a miss. And that was an opportunity to really rub salt into Liverpool wounds for Raheem Sterling.
Well, just when you need a little bit of composure. He's played well out here today, Sterling, but comes off the toe, I think, as much as anything else. The weight's taken off by the interception, but that's a, well, it's a howler of a miss, isn't it? Never really gets his body set.
Pellegrini can't believe it. I'm sure Raheem Sterling can't either. City this end attacking the half where their supporters are, and they were all expecting to see a second goal that really would have written the headlines there from Raheem Sterling. Didn't take the opportunity. How much the touch off Kolo Toure hindered him, only he can tell.
Yeah, he could have afforded just to let the ball come into his body a little bit more.
There's Firmino. Now Klein is the man over if he can reach him. He has. Henderson offering an overlap now as Klein breaks forward. Uses the Liverpool captain. And Liverpool get a corner out of it. Both teams going for it now.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy for Liverpool from these kind of set pieces. City, they're a bigger team. Look at the two centre halves and Toure. Fernandinho got a lot of height in their favour, City.
Milner with a kick. Back from Coutinho to Nathaniel Klein. Lucas climbing but unable to reach it, and Aguero's forward, and he's made the run from inside his own half, so he's onside. It's Sergio Aguero, and he's gone down from Moreno's challenge and gets nothing for it.
Well, the referee, you know, has had to make up a lot of ground in order to keep pace with this counter-attack. One of those where Aguero's right boot moves on to the outstretched leg of Moreno. I mean, you've seen him given so many times. You really have, a bit like Jamie Vardy up against Monreal a couple of weeks back at Arsenal.
Well, Pellegrini didn't need convincing, nor did Company, nor did Yaya Toure. The referee, for all the ground he had to make up, seemed to have an unimpeded view of it as Moreno hung his leg there.
When you hold your leg out like that, you dangle it. You're always giving the referee an opportunity.
Liverpool survive. Here's Klein. Firmino. Sturridge. And away by Company. Klein.
Just got to guard against that though, Liverpool, haven't they? Getting caught on the counter. And this was the goal. When Aguero slips him in, probably everyone thinks that Fernandinho is going to try and cut one across, but you see there, he didn't have a lot to aim at, so he thinks he'll just try his luck and try and get one on target. Seen better celebrations, but it was a good goal, an important goal for City.
Well, he's been so surprised at scoring himself that he didn't have one plan. Chan. Klein. Now Kolo Toure. Sturridge. Coutinho through to Daniel Sturridge. Here's Toure. Silva. Now Fernandinho's made the run and Moreno's trying to get back at him, and does. It gives away the free kick in the process and earns himself, like the fullback on the other side, a yellow card.
Well, there's a chance that City are going to pick Liverpool off the way this match is panning out, finding plenty of opportunities when they do spring forward. There's an opportunity here from 20 yards.
Taking care with his angles here, and he'll need to. Toure and Silva, both capable of delivering.
Yeah, it's a keeper's nightmare, isn't it, having those two standing over the ball?
It's Silva!
Behind it.
Prowling anxiously the Manchester City manager. What a difference it might have made to his team had Sterling taken his chance, had they been awarded the penalty that Aguero and Pellegrini himself felt they should have had. As it is, Liverpool still very much in with a fighting chance here. At what point does Jurgen Klopp look to his bench, hoping that maybe the likes of Benteke, who's disappointed since his move to Liverpool but is still their top scorer this season, or Divock Origi, might provide the inspiration needed? Here's Moreno. Sturridge. Henderson. Here's Klein. Henderson working it through for Emre Can. It's touched away though by Otamendi. And Clichy looking to Aguero, who's in there to trouble Kolo Touré. On by Henderson. Coolly done by Company. Sagna got caught by Coutinho after releasing it.
There's nothing malicious in it. It was classic one of the full-backs follow through. Hurting him as Coutinho just tries to close down. The kind of challenges you've got to make.
Making sure we got there. Here's Sterling. Letting it run for the throat. Sterling. Away by Henderson. Touré. Company. Sagna. And Silva. Sterling. Silva. Clichy. Sterling. Aguero. And Mignolet gets there.
How nice was that from Aguero, that first touch, just to take it away from the defender, to give himself a little bit of space. It's lovely. A well-in-control City here. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will be thinking very carefully about making a switch. Got to find a way to get back into this match.
Coutinho off of the route here, cleared by Vincent Kompany. And City taking charge again. Fernando bringing it forward for them. Aguero telling him where he wanted it, but he can't reach it. Lucas has done well. Sturridge. Now Milner. Firmino. Sturridge. Taken down by David Silva.
There's a tiny bit of footwork. Gives them a chance to swing one in, maybe. In instances like this, you'd want Benteke, but Adam Lallana, the first man being called upon, it looks like.
Milner has taken the free kick to Moreno. Caballero couldn't prevent the deflection from Fernandinho, leading to a Liverpool corner. Milner with a corner. Back to Moreno. Milner again. There's Moreno. Klein. Milner. This is Henderson. Now Kolo Touré. Klein. Milner. So much has gone past Vincent Kompany today. Well, here is the Liverpool change, an interesting one. Adam Lallana, who'd started every previous match in the competition this season for Liverpool, got injured at the wrong time in terms of his involvement in the final. coming on to take the place of Alberto Moreno, and Liverpool with just one change left to make after this.
James Milner just funneling back. Maybe if they go to 3 at the back. Looks like Milner might be playing at left back now.
Here's Toure. Now Milner. Coutinho. Henderson. Towards Lallana. Flag out for offside against Roberto Firmino.
They've caught Liverpool quite a few times out here today, City. And most of them have been tight. And that was tighter than most.
Jurgen Klopp beaten on his only previous visit to Wembley by a late Arjen Robben goal. A similar situation then to how he finds himself now, facing a team in which a manager is preparing the ground for a Pep Guardiola takeover. As Jupp Heynckes will conquer the Bayern Munich side that beat his Dortmund team here 3 years ago. And Pellegrini is making a dignified exit this summer for Guardiola to come in. And you can be sure that Guardiola will be watching City's performances. He'll be scrutinising this one. So the City players still with plenty to show between now and the end of the season as they look to claim a treble. Klein, Henderson. It's beyond Lallana.
He was in space as well, wasn't he, Lallana? He had a good run, just needed picking out. For a change, finding a bit of space there. Don't they, Liverpool? That goes without saying. I mentioned earlier about Caballero. He's been a bystander for most of this match.
Discussions with his coaching staff. Liverpool coach, distinguished servant of the club, running around 82 today, visited the training ground earlier in the week, and Klopp promised to try and deliver the perfect birthday present for a man who served the club for close on 50 years. At the moment, it's not going Liverpool's way. They have ridden their luck, though, at times. Here's Sergio Aguero. And Mignolet put his body behind that. Fernandinho. Henderson. Here's Adam Lallana, the Liverpool substitute, held up there by Fernando.
Yeah, one of those fouls that you take for the team and take a yellow card in the process.
First City player to be cautioned, but no argument, and there couldn't be from Fernando. Liverpool with a quarter of an hour left to save their hopes in this season's League Cup competition. Flag up down against Firmino.
Again, it's a good line from City. It's a good call from the linesman on that far side.
Fagan, Roy Evans, Gerard Houllier landed this as their first trophy, and Kenny Dalglish did too in his second spell. And at the moment, the League Cup is slipping away from Jurgen Klopp's grasp.
Surely going to throw on a striker, one of those. Benteke, Luigi.
Goes out.
They've been impressive City since going ahead. In the situation, well defended when they've had to. Defended well all match.
Toure, Klein, now Lallana. Good turn by Sturridge. And Milner, the man coming in. Cleared in the end by Fernando, but a more promising move from Liverpool. Sturridge, frustrated, it didn't lead to anything.
Yeah, I think they needed a first-time one in from Milner there on his left foot, just curl one behind the defence.
Milner again. Looks to provide for Lallana this time. Otamendi across to cover. And Kolo Toure almost got himself into difficulties there against Aguero.
Aguero's doing brilliantly up there on his own. There's quite a bit of distance between him and his teammates usually, and he's making good runs. He's not allowing the defenders to settle.
That's one of the qualities of Aguero. It's not all about the goals with him. He's a selfless performer.
Assist to his name here.
Silva. Here's Sanya. Good pressing from Liverpool, and Lallana taken out by Vincent Kompany, and continually thought about the quick free kick. And here's Firmino. And given away, which will add to the frustration of Sturridge. Picked up again though by Henderson, with the break on here for Sterling. Well run back though by Klein. Still feels on a knife edge, this. Liverpool needing to strike next though. Milner. Gets his cross in this time, which is safely handled. Looks as though Divock Origi is going to be the striking option that Jurgen Klopp prefers.
Tells you everything about his opinion of Benteke. What was he, 32 million?
Here's Silva. Aguero. Away from Milner. Away from Lucas. Sterling waiting on it. Raheem Sterling misses the target again.
He misses his kick to a certain extent, doesn't catch it cleanly. Again, Aguero, superb. Lifts his head, just says, go on, put your foot through it. Just needs a clean contact on it. Gets nothing like. He's wondering whether these missed chances are going to be something they'll regret.
Well, Liverpool have made their change. Roberto Firmino, the man to make way for Divock Origi, who might be pressed into action straight away. Here he is. Origi pulls it back. Lallana couldn't take it on the turn, and it is cleared by City. These two scoring substitutes in this final came from Manchester City and Liverpool. Jesus Navas a couple of years ago, Dirk Kuyt 2 years before that. Liverpool have used their bench in its entirety now, and Jurgen Klopp has chosen to overlook the claims of Christian Benteke, who broke Liverpool's hearts at this stadium last year with a goal in an FA Cup semi-final. And how his career has gone into decline since he made the move to Anfield. Lucas. Now Milner. Sturridge. Milner again. And he's won the free kick.
They've won plenty of these from these kind of distances. And they haven't looked at danger from them up until now.
Tension etched on their faces. Milner's kick clears the crowd. Caballero looking for a fast break. Sterling getting it back to Clichy, who looks for the ball through. The early ball through to Sergio Aguero. Slightly overcooked.
He was in, wasn't he?
Relieved he wasn't goal side. So he was relieved it was a longer ball. Here's Klein. Now Chan. Milner. Sturridge. Coutinho. Origi, held back by Henderson. Klein coming in on it. Will it break for Sturridge? Great ball across. Lallana comes in. It's the post. Coutinho's there, and it's salvation for Liverpool. Philippe Coutinho, familiar adversary for Manchester City, strikes against them again.
Well, just when you thought the chance had gone, when it's rebounded off the post, it falls at the feet of the right man. Let's face it. Somebody whose technique very rarely lets him down, and it certainly didn't here. They pushed and drove Liverpool without really testing City's goal. They do here, let them break at the ball to Sturridge, puts it into an area but where Sterling a few moments ago couldn't get a clean contact up the other end. Coutinho certainly can. There you go. Just as this match seemed to be ebbing away from Liverpool.
Well, he's hoping there's better to come. It's a restrained celebration for now from Jurgen Klopp. Philippe Coutinho got the inevitable booking for taking his shirt off, but that's the least of his concerns at the moment, because he has brought this game to life for Liverpool.
Well, we saw Pellegrini's expression, didn't we, a few minutes ago, after another missed opportunity, that time from Sterling, and his fears have been realised.
Here is Raheem Sterling, trying to atone for those earlier misses, looking for Touré, and it's intercepted by Emre Can, who leads the Liverpool charge away. Sturridge, who had his part to play in the goal, losing out there. And that's a challenge that will draw an automatic card for Emre Can.
One more yellow cards coming now as these kind of challenges inevitably come in. Well, they've got to give Liverpool great credit. They kept knocking on the door, and that City door was firmly shut.
City haven't won everything they have in recent times without a bit of character in their team, and now they're looking to head back again. Yaya Touré with a kick into a decent area. Came off the side of Fernando's head, and Simon Mignolet must be as relieved as anybody got a hand to that. Yaya Touré. It's Sterling's cross. It's Fernando! Stopped by Mignolet, who atones for the earlier error with a vital save at point-blank range.
Well, Fernando seemed to have done everything right here, not known for his goal scoring, but trans it back into his body, just hits it straight at Mignolet, but give the keeper some credit. He was in the right place at the right time.
Here's Origi. That's a foul by Vincent Kompany. That's just one foul too many, and that is going to bring the Manchester City captain a yellow card. Origi. And Milner getting away from Bakary Sagna. Pull back for Origi. Cleared by Yaya Toure. Lallana. Sturridge. Henderson strike! And Origi may just have got a touch too.
Well, he did, but if he could have controlled it and spun, he'd have had a great opportunity here. A different side now, Liverpool.
Coutinho. Here's Lucas. Here's Chow. Coutinho. Origi. Fernandinho. Here's Yaya Toure. And he's tried to play David Silva in. And Silva gets a deflection for the corner.
Well, just when you put your money on him taking that in his stride off his chest. It wasn't an easy one, it skipped up off the turf, he couldn't quite manage it. It was a handball really that allowed him to control it.
Can City grab this late chance? Sterling with the corner, and they're all flying in on it, and Mignolet again makes a crucial save at the feet of Yaya Toure.
Well, he had the header headed, he missed the header, Yaya Toure. Never mind about the follow-up. Oh, just behind him perhaps. Again, it's heroic stuff from Simon Mignolet.
Service corner, Toure and Otamendi both climbing for the same ball, and it comes to nothing. Final minute of the 90 with extra time looming. Stoppage time is added on here, could be pivotal. Fernando. Aguero. And there will be 4 added minutes.
Well, it took Liverpool 83 minutes to get their first effort on target, but when they did, certainly made it count.
Toure. Well, the usual Anfield soundtrack ringing around Wembley. A huge sense of relief for those Liverpool fans when Coutinho struck that equaliser so soon after Lallana had struck the post. Yaya Toure doing well to resist the pressure, and he's picked out Bakary Sagna. Fernandinho, held up this time by Lucas, but still managing to get his cross away. Sterling with a header back in there.
It should have been a better header. What a ball in from Fernandinho.
Here's Milner. Kolo Touré. Henderson. Klein. Touré. And Emre Can felt the full force of Touré coming into him then. But Touré's the one who's still on the ground. There's Otamendi. Fernando. Yaya Touré still down, but Liverpool are playing on. But Can, who himself really true for a head injury in the first half, showing compassion, putting the ball out.
Well, should be okay. Well, he'll be furious because he'll argue his team have been the better side for the most part. They've engineered the best chances. It's that scoreline that counts. Liverpool would not give up.
Here's Lucas. Milner. Lucas. Now Touré. Lucas again. There's Kolo Touré. Now Henderson. Origi. Here's Philip Coutinho, right across towards Sturridge, and that's a crucial touch away from Bakary Sagna.
Oh, what a clever effort of a ball from Coutinho. He's stretching every sinew here, Sagna.
Well, the flag went up for offside anyway, and as it turns out, the full-time whistle goes for the 90 minutes, but 30 extra to go after Coutinho's equaliser, cancelling out the earlier effort from Fernandinho. Mignolet, whose error caused that goal, making some decent saves in between. Extra time to come next. Yes, while Liverpool have used all of their substitutes, Manchester City are, for the first time, looking to their bench, and it is two changes. So Jesus Navas, who came on to score in the final 2 years ago, comes on in place of Fernando, who had his chance in the 90 minutes, and Sagna, we saw go off, and Pablo Zabaleta is on to take his place, another player who played in the win of 2014. What do you make of those changes, Alan?
Well, the Navas one clearly is a positive switch, gives them that width and pace on the right-hand side. Fernandinho just slotting in to that central position now. Zabaleta like for like, with fresh legs.
And here is Raheem Sterling. Now Sergio Aguero. And that's the area where they have made the change with those two men, Zabaleta and Jesus Navas.
Give you more of an attacking edge from right back, won't he? Zabaleta does make really good runs beyond the opposing back four into the box. Been in the best of form, had his injury problems this season. Zabaleta not really found his best form since returning.
Yes, he's only started 11 games this season, partly as a result of injury. The majority of those have come since the turn of the year. He'll get a good half hour here in this extra time period. City, who struck in the opening 5 minutes of the second half, but conceded in the last 10 minutes to Philippe Coutinho. And he will feel that with the contentious penalty that wasn't given and with the opportunities that the likes of Sterling, Fernando and Yaya Toure had, they've really had it snatched from their grasp.
Well, they've got to put that to the back of their minds now.
He's very proactive in that break before extra time, Manuel Pellegrini. It's casual from Otamendi, and it gave Manchester City a bit of a problem, but Sturridge was held up successfully. Tried to roll it through to Lallana, and it's cleared by Zabaleta. Toure. Here's Sterling. Chan. Coutinho. Now Daniel Sturridge. Plays it against the defender to win the corner.
Well, it is a big ask, isn't it? I think Jamie Redknapp's in the studio. Hasn't played much football, Sturridge, but still got that quality if they can get the ball into him.
Swings in the corner beyond Sturridge, all the way out to Divock Origi. Trying to fight his way past Vincent Kompany, and then David Silva assisting in the defensive duties. This is Lallana. Sterling under pressure from Adam Lallana. Just getting the last touch. Team earning themselves salvation. Thanks to that Philippe Coutinho strike, and in very much with a fighting chance now of extending their record to 9 League Cup successes. They're already the most decorated club in the competition's history. Here's Navas. His header, Lucas. Now Clichy. Toure looking to his goalkeeper, and Mignolet happy to assume control. And Lucas, been a good day for the Brazilians so far, with 2 on the score sheet, 1 for each team. Henderson. Now Chan. Coutinho. Sturridge. Origi. This is Klein. It's Coutinho. Now Chan. Milner. Sturridge ran into trouble there against Fernandinho, who tries to set Jesus Navas away. Aguero the target, and Toure needing to stay strong here against him. Silva. Raheem Sterling. There's Yaya Toure.
Been saying the ball went out to close on that. It's not out, is it?
Obviously, they got away with one that was out in the semi-final.
That's true, yes. Goes round, comes round, maybe.
Navas. Here's Zabaleta. To Lallana, and this is Philippe Coutinho. And Lallana's away again. Got two up in support. Just as he went to deliver the ball, he was caught by Fernandinho.
Yeah, it's just a slightest of nudges, but he's off balance just as he's trying to pass it.
Here's Lucas. Now Milner. Silva.
He's played into that challenge, hasn't he, Lallana? Oliver not making a drama out of it. Wow. Zabaleta not making a fuss either, which is always good to see.
There's Zabaleta with the throw-in. Lucas. Lallana. Zabaleta. Forced to retreat, finding himself enough space to turn again. Now Toure. Zabaleta. Feeling a lot happier about life than he did at the start of the second half when that ball from Fernandinho went under his body. He got himself tied up in knots then, but Jordan Henderson does get it forward towards Coutinho. Company piling in. Not too heavily for Michael Oliver's liking. It's only the seventh start that Vincent Kompany has made since mid-September because of that persistent calf problem that he has had. Lucas. Now Coutinho, met by Pablo Zabaleta. Aguero beaten off the ball by Lucas, who did get to the ball in the referee's view, but Aguero stays down. In the meantime, Liverpool play on, although that's too long for Daniel Sturridge.
I think he did get the ball. He appeared to grab a hold of Aguero as well because he was determined he was not going to get caught in a race here. There's only one winner. He didn't get the ball, did he? Surprised the linesman now actually didn't flag.
Aguero ignored the hand of friendship from Lucas. And the rivalry will intensify with the stakes high. Touch from Fernandinho. There's Clichy. And Sergio Aguero. David Silva. Clichy. Here's Silva. Come off Emre Can.
It was unnecessary, that was, for Liverpool and for Chant to concede that corner.
And Silva who takes. Fernandinho got the flick on, and Origi's attempt to get it away not really helping. Here's Yaya Toure.
Can't afford to concede too many set pieces, Liverpool, given City's height advantage.
Zabaleta. Liverpool keep the movement going with Jordan Henderson. Now Emre Can. Origi strikes, but not one to even cause a flutter for Willy Caballero.
Had plenty of time to set himself. Really wild.
His Liverpool career exploded into life when Jurgen Klopp gave him his opportunity in the quarter-final at Southampton in December, and he responded with his first goals for the club in that hat-trick in the 6-1 win. And he will have the decisive say in the final itself. Here's Jordan Henderson. Lallana finds Sturridge. Coutinho.
We'll just get away with that because Coutinho was expecting Sturridge to go. And Sturridge hadn't. Just a little nick off Clichy. Could have let it go, but he wasn't to know that.
Kick. Coutinho helped it on. Kolo Touré was offside.
It was a heck of a corner. Hoisted to the far post. Again, squeezing really well, City. They have held a really tight line. Manchester City.
Zabaleta with the throw-in. Just shepherds it out.
He's got his hands full, isn't he? He's a makeshift left back, and he's got Navas on as a sub and Zabaleta on the overlap. Maybe that's why Pellegrini put that pair on, seeing Milner as a weakness.
Touré. Here's Sterling. Yaya Touré. Navas. Here's Aguero. Silva. It's come back to Sergio Aguero! And that's a vital touch again for the Liverpool goalkeeper as Mignolet denies him.
Well, he's more than made up for that earlier, hasn't he, with some of these stops? That could well have been the match winner.
Zabaleta.
Just kept on going. I think it was Jordan Henderson. Nudged it into his path, accidentally. Really good, strong left hand. Nobody there to knock in the loose ball.
Again, City keep pressing with Navas looking for a way through, but Simon Mignolet has really put the horrors of the start of the second half behind him. A vital save right near the end of that first period. Extra time from Sergio Aguero to keep the score at Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1. Yes, Manchester United are the only team apart from Liverpool to have won the trophy on penalties. That was against Tottenham 7 years ago. 2 of Liverpool's 3 wins in this competition since the millennium have gone all the way to spot kicks. And there are 15 minutes left to prevent that from happening again. In the second half of extra time, the teams kicking the way they did for the second half when the game really exploded into life. And how bold, how ambitious will Jurgen Klopp and Manuel Pellegrini be to settle it before it goes all the way to the 12-yard lottery?
Well, you don't want it to go to penalties. No footballer does, but as the minutes tick by in this second half, less than less you want to take a chance of leaving yourself short at the back. Of course, Manuel Pellegrini could always put Joe Hart on, couldn't he? Who knows, that would shake things up.
Well, for Louis van Gaal at the World Cup. Here's Henderson. Now Chan. Sturridge. Zabaleta. It's back by Lucas.
You're going to say the decision to play Lucas has been vindicated. He's done very little wrong.
Otamendi with the header. And that's Lallana, who's slightly off balance but still manages to find James Milner. Sturridge through by Fernandinho. Here's Silva. Chan. Anderson. And here's Daniel Sturridge. And slipped through towards Origi, who's been forced wide. And Sturridge had Lallana in his way.
He must have shouted, surely. But Lallana didn't seem aware.
There's Yaya Toure. Aguero's come deep to stay onside, and it's Kolo who denies his brother and takes it away from him.
He's hurt himself, Yaya Toure.
Just at a stage when Manchester City were preparing to make their final substitution, they may have to have a rethink. Here's Milner. And Milner weaving a way through. It's blocked by Kompany. It's Milner again. And round the far side to Klein, and Coutinho coming in on it, and a miss-hit brings it all the way out to Milner to try and rescue it. Origi denied by Caballero, and sliced to safety by Clichy.
Well, quite amazing. And they've had 3 opportunities effectively there, Liverpool, to get a goal.
Klein.
Oof.
Will be given, and a card coming as well.
And how well did James Milner do on this left-hand side just before this? He got plenty behind the header. And this kick from Sturridge into the path of Milner, who keeps it alive really well. Reaction save from Caballero. He's right behind him.
Well, Manchester City have made their final change. There will be no Joe Hart for a penalty shootout because David Silva is the man who's gone off, and Wilfried Bony, who's had such a frustrating time of it with injuries, is on, and in a threatening situation as far as City are concerned, facing up to this free kick.
Nice options in Sturridge and Coutinho.
It's Daniel Sturridge!
Well, he shifted across to have a look at his angles. A little bit late there, Caballero.
Able to move his feet across quickly when Sturridge tried to catch him out of position. And he gets over the throw quickly. Here's Lallana. Toure. Now Milner. Toure. Henderson. And again, Henderson puts the pressure on. Milner. Origi sticks out a leg and just can't apply the touch.
How close was he there? But again, the threat coming from James Milner.
There's going to be a sucker punch from Manchester City. Sterling kept it in, but in the end, it wasn't to his benefit. Here's Coutinho. Liverpool have been the stronger in this second period of extra time.
That City back four no longer looking quite so solid.
Coutinho.
Just got the slightest of touches to this. He does. A stud, but not enough.
Ball's booted forward. Sturridge is not even marginally offside. Origi has twice come close in the second period of extra time. Bonnie wins the header. The header back from Milner. Oh, it almost set up Sergio Aguero, and Milner can only now start breathing easier.
Well, what was he thinking? It's when tired minds come into it. You can see Aguero. Just so hard to get the deftness of touch when you're stretching like that.
Lucas. Sterling. Here's Bonnie. Now Yaya Toure. Navas. Zabaleta. Strong challenge from Lucas, but a fair one.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of balls either from Navas into Zabaleta. Gave Lucas too much of a chance. Took it really well, didn't he? It's a great challenge from Lucas.
Manchester City do appear to have the edge from this kind of situation. Yaya Toure's made a late move into the box. Doesn't seem to be moving too comfortably either, as Navas gets it across. Origi tries to hook it away. Sterling underneath it. Coutinho battling away with him.
He never seems to be moving all that smoothly, even when he's okay, but he got a knock earlier on when he went to ground.
It's a bit of a worry for Manuel Pellegrini, though, because he would be one of their bankers for a penalty. Liverpool used to the scenario of the shootout. They've been through it twice already in the competition this season, at the very start, before Jurgen Klopp had even taken over, under his predecessor Brendan Rodgers against Carlisle, and then once Klopp had taken over, they emerged successfully in the semi-final. But Manchester City have not had a single penalty shootout, not only in this competition this season, but in fact for some 7 seasons. Toure taking his time over the free kick. Clichy. Company.
I think they might try and hit Wilfried Bonny with his height up against Lucas or Milner at the far post.
Otamendi. Here's Yaya Toure. Bonny feeding it wide. Now Navas. Looking to get the better of Milner. Lucas Milner. To set Divock Origi away. Support a little slow in coming.
Didn't need to lose it there. He had a chance to lay it off to Lallana.
Raheem Sterling, now Clichy. First time forward towards the fresh legs of Bonny, but Kolo Touré there ahead of him. Here's Aguero. Fernandinho. Bonny. Draws the free kick, and then Lallana reacts for a challenge he wasn't very happy about there with Yaya Touré. And a match that had been played in quite a good spirit suddenly all kicks off. Lallana felt that Touré had a dig at him, and Chan and Lucas now pulling Yaya Touré away from a very angry confrontation.
We've had very little of that, you're right, Bob. And it was much ado about nothing, really. That's the tackle that he's annoyed about. I think Touré was annoyed about Lallana's tackle, and after that, it all kicks off. High on the shin. What a great challenge from Yaya Touré.
Lallana will feel aggrieved that he's had a yellow card for his part in that. Brave man to take on Yaya Touré, I must say. But they've both been booked. Yaya Touré to take the free kick. And for Aguero, but it doesn't reach him. Comes out to Fernandinho. Navas. Yaya Touré, Navas. And that's a foul by Philippe Coutinho, the man who brought Liverpool back into this final, has given away a free kick that could cost them dear.
Yeah, he's brought this one, he just slowed up as he sensed Coutinho coming in for the challenge. Again, it's danger for Liverpool, with City's power in the air.
Looking, by the way, for Fernandinho, following the scuffle between Touré and Lallana. Time, Sturridge feeling the effects of the length of the match.
Well, you think they want Yaya Touré in the middle, but is the man going to deliver here?
Touré does deliver, and Lucas it is who gets his head to it to relieve the danger.
How many times has he got his head to those crosses, Lucas? Time for concentration, plenty of tired legs out there.
We're so close to a penalty shootout. The last 30 seconds of extra time. Raheem Sterling's corner doesn't reach company, cleared by Coutinho. Zabaleta. Do City have time to give it one more go here? Clichy looking for Wilfried Bonny, who gets the touch on. Navas aiming to get there, but beaten to it by Nathaniel Klein, and still City might fancy their chances of getting a winner before penalties. There'll be one additional minute anyway. Company forward for the corner. which Jesus Navas takes. Oh, and taken away from Bonnie. Fernandinho jumped in front of him and headed away from goal.
Yes, a chance. There's three of them there, queuing up to get the heads on it.
Well, it looks like City will be in unfamiliar territory with a penalty shootout, whereas Liverpool know all about going through that route. They've won their last 3 major trophies via spot kicks. It's looking increasingly likely that that's the scenario we're heading for again, penalties. It is going all the way. It's a penalty shootout after extra time. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1. Sitting a lonely figure and sending up his fellow German Emre Can to take the first penalty kick. Can hit the post in the semi-final shootout. Oh, well, he's tried to be clever and it's come off. It's the kind of thing that looks good when it does come off.
Well, it takes some battle, some courage to just try it. Never mind about convert it.
Well, the kicks are being taken at the Manchester City end. So, in theory, Fernandinho, who steps forward to take this kick, the first one for Manchester City, is among like-minded people, but he's facing up to Simon Mignolet, who made crucial saves from Peter Crouch and Mark Muniesa in the semi-final against Stoke.
You expect him to be feeling confident. He's had a really good game.
Fernandinho, oh! It's kept out! Bad start to the shootout for City.
He's dragged it. And to not hit the target, to not make the keeper make a save. That's gut-wrenching.
Well, Lucas has already been a hero for Liverpool, playing in what is still essentially for him an unfamiliar position. Not much has got past him at the back today. His first appearance at Wembley after the heartbreak of missing out on victory in a penalty shootout 4 years ago because of injury. Puts himself in the spotlight to be a hero now.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, because not only does he get the right way, but he gets his arms up. And it's not easy when you're diving full stretch like that. What a stop.
Well, they say that if you're going to miss in a shootout, miss early, and Fernandinho will be hugely relieved that his miss from the spot has promptly been followed by another. Jesus Navas, part of the 2014 Manchester City win, who only came on as a substitute today, facing up to Simon Mignolet. Navas gets it in the corner.
Well, Mignolet didn't appear to be too far away, having guessed right. Just enough on it. He gets a fingertip, I think, on it, Mignolet. Nowhere near enough. As we were.
1-1 in the shootout, and Emre Can, who did deliver for Liverpool, gives the ball now to Philippe Coutinho, who saved the game in normal time for the men from Merseyside, and now seeks an advantage. Jurgen Klopp motionless. Coutinho, faltering run-up, and Caballero makes a second save, and Coutinho in despair.
Well, the little stutter's intended to deceive the keeper, but I think sometimes, you know, it puts off the penalty taker. It makes it more difficult. I mean, he's way off his line, Caballero, when he stops it. Indeed, when the lad kicks it, but again, he guesses right.
Well, now they look to the biggest gun of all, Sergio Aguero, to try and give Manchester City the advantage in this shootout for the first time. Did you ever doubt him?
Panicked a bit, didn't he? Looking at the keeper. Looks at the ball last minute and does the necessary, as you'd expect, somebody of his quality.
Well, if Lallana misses this, he'll put Manchester City within one successful penalty of taking the trophy. So this is a high-pressure kick for Liverpool and for Adam Lallana in particular. And Lallana disappoints as Caballero comes up with a hat-trick of saves. Who's doubting Pellegrini's decision to put him in now?
Well, this is probably the best, the pick of the lot. That is spectacular from Caballero, it really is.
Well, Pellegrini's had to take the brickbats for selecting Caballero, but nobody can question that decision now. And Yaya Touré, who's also had to take a few slings and arrows during the course of a season when he's had a lot of criticism, could be the man to clinch the cup for Manchester City. Those hearts are beating fast now. Yaya Touré, who over the years has had a reputation for coming up when it mattered most, has to do that again now. And he does! Manchester City win the League Cup for the second time in 3 years, and Yaya Touré is the man who's got the decisive kick, but the man who gets all the plaudits is the stand-in goalkeeper who made a hat-trick of saves.
Well, that encapsulates the sheer beauty of this game, because the world and his wife, it seems, was writing off Willy Caballero following that Chelsea performance, questioning Pellegrini's decision to put him in the team, and now he will go down in City folklore, as will Yaya Touré. That was already the case, and that is a cool and confident penalty. But he's the man, he's the hero of the day. He hasn't just saved them, they were brilliant saves.
Vindicated. He picked the 34-year-old Argentinian despite pretty much every single pundit suggesting he should have gone back to his first-choice goalkeeper, Joe Hart. But when Yaya Touré delivered that winning penalty, it was a crowning moment of glory for Caballero, a man who followed Pellegrini from Malaga and has turned out to be the hero of the hour. And what a performance it has turned out to be from him. The only player to start every single match in this tournament for City, and that hero is now talking to David Gray.
Willie, many congratulations. Just how special a moment is that, Willie? Willie, just how special a moment is that? Can you put it into words?
It's amazing. Winning this cup, for me, it's amazing. It was a hard week for me, but we had the trophy now. We have to enjoy, and it is fantastic for all the blue people this side.
There's some tears welling there in the eyes. Just how... Come on. We'll get you. Willie, there was some tears welling there in your eyes. Just how emotional is it for you after all the questions that have been asked?
For sure, it's emotion. It's emotion for me, for my family. 2 years in this big team, and this is a first trophy for me, for all my people, my family in Argentina.
What was your plan for the penalty shootout? What had you in your mind?
Just intuition. I tried to see all the penalties last night. I tried to watch, but my intuition helped me and God, for sure.
What about your manager, Manuel Pellegrini? He never wavered from picking you. How much do you owe to him?
I am blessed to have this coach now, giving me the opportunity to come here and to play this cup and this final. And I am really happy for me and for him as well.
Could this be the start of a big finish of the season for Manchester City?
Yeah, now we have to enjoy this because it was really difficult. But in a few hours, we're going to sing again in Liverpool because we have to play in 3 days.
Well done. You're the most popular man in the blue half of Manchester. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Hodgson, the England manager, amongst those congratulating the City players as Vincent Kompany leads his squad along the line towards the famous three-handled trophy. The League Cup first handed over in 1961. The winning manager, actually Joe Mercer, 9 years later became the first City manager to win the trophy. Caballero deserving all the credit that he gets for his heroics in the shootout, saving from Lucas, saving from Coutinho, saving as well from Adam Lallana. The head of international from the sponsors, Capital One, is the man who will hand over the trophy to Vincent Kompany, who will be the first Manchester City captain to lift the trophy twice. It's Manchester City who've won the League Cup for the 4th time, 2016 winners, and they're hoping it's a sign of things to come. The last 2 winners have gone on to lift the Premier League trophy as well, City themselves in one instance, and they will resume that battle against Liverpool again in midweek.
Sky Sports Football. Feel it all.